Hey, what is up, guys? I am going to be returning soon. Pretty much, I've just been taking a highly unofficial break from casting, but I'm going to get back into it in a little bit. But first, I decided that, well, I did actually do a cast yesterday, but for some reason Fraps decided that saving videos is not something it likes doing. So I lost that cast completely, and that kind of made me unhappy. So today, instead of recording TF2 though, after changing a folder, I'm going to record a little bit of what's stolen my life over the past 2 weeks. I guess you can say this is also going to be a test because I'm interested to see how running Fraps and playing this game at the same time will do, considering that this game already runs at 20 FPS without Fraps running. So obviously this is going to be Natural Selection 2. I've had so much fun with this game. It's in the beta right now. Before you run off and buy it, I'm warning you now. This game, its engine is just a beast. It makes Crysis look like a pansy, pretty much. It's highly CPU intensive, and it isn't very friendly to most systems. I've had problems with it, many other people have had problems with it. But other than that, it's ridiculously fun. Obviously by the fact that I've been playing way too much of it and been putting off casting pretty much. So, without further ado, I'm going to stop this and jump to the point where I get in-game. Now, I'm just going to warn you that if I get in-game and I'm running at 5 FPS, I'm just going to stop this. I'll record a little bit in-game, but there's no way in hell I'll be able to play this game at 5 FPS. So, thanks. Good luck. Alright, that took an incredible amount of time, but I guess that's an S2 for you, where games can last up to 6 hours. They regularly don't in beta, but they have been known to. So let's hope that doesn't continue in that trend. This is the ready room for their latest map, NS Mineshaft. Little backstory for the engine, a little more to be honest. The engine runs off of 100% dynamic lighting, which is why everything looks so awesome in this room and why it's also so CPU intensive. The thing about it, though, is thanks to dynamic lighting, you don't actually have to compile maps. You can just edit them and directly upload them. You don't have to compile the map at all. You don't have to worry about bound boxes from static lights. They're just ridiculously nice. That's the nice thing about it. And I guess I don't have a shadow, but that's because I'm in the ready room. Right now it's 8v9. Most games run on 18 players, mostly thanks to... well, server tick is lucky to stay above 10 towards late game. Yeah, 10 tick. Sounds fun. That's where the optimization part comes in for the engine. But anyway, it is Marines versus aliens. The aliens known as the Kara. They're basically just extraterrestrial aliens infested by bacteria, making them hyper-intelligent. Don't ask me how they got that storyline, but in my opinion, it's actually kind of a good one for a hyper-intelligent alien race that's also got jaws of steel and likes chomping on you. Because I don't think it really makes sense that you'd have something that likes chomping on you that isn't somehow enhanced. So anyway, I'm going to be stuck on the Marines for now, and we're going to experiment around with our FPS. Alright, from a quick glance at the map, we are currently winning this big time. Maybe you can't tell that, but I can. That's the important part here. The Marines get a bunch of different weapons. The initial one is the assault rifle. They can upgrade to a shotgun. From that, they get grenade launchers, and from grenade launchers, they will receive flamethrowers. Anyway, if I do horribly, I'm going to blame it on you guys, because I can't really think and play this game at the same time. Well, I can, but it gets challenging. So right now, the aliens spawned in Cave, or the top right of the map, and we're looking to push in there. And that is a Fade, a teleporting son of a gun. Basically, the Fade ability is that he can literally blink. He becomes invisible and blinks forward. He is pretty much the one-shot, not one-shot, but he is pretty much the slice and dice of the alien military. Shotguns are his hard counter at the moment. Marines, as I said, it's a beta. They don't have all their weapons in the game yet. They don't have an exosuit, as it's called, and that was the Fade who decided to appear behind me randomly. The exosuit is going to be the hard counter for the alien Onos, which is basically just a big-ass tank, essentially, with lots of armor plating, and it likes raping you. we have no hard counter to that yet. That's what shotguns are, basically. Anyway, that is a phase gate, a nice little teleportation tool. Gotta love teleportation. Marines gotta have it. That's the lovely Fade once again. We're on armor 1, and he 3 shots me. Or 2, actually. It might be 2 shot. Yeah, I'm actually surprised how well this is running, and that is the bio bomb. It is anti-structure, anti-everything you don't want it to be. So this is kind of interesting, actually. We're holding on to drill repair, which is something we definitely need to do. That is a Gorge. He's like the medical core of the alien army. Lots of armor, lots of health. He just can't kill someone to save his life. Except by healing them to death, quite literally.
Fade in operation. Oh, hold on. Fade in operation. I gotta get you guys more.
The armory in the corner. It's such a good choice.
Get the phase gate up, please.
Ooh, that phase gate goes down. That is actually a big hit for the Marines until we get it back up. The phase gate allows quick reinforcement, obviously. As I said, these games have been known to go on for hours and hours and hours, and it's not exactly laggy for me, so I might just keep on recording for quite a bit. So yeah, the Marines are basically futuristic badasses, and the Kara, well, they're just slice and dice, chomp and chomp, and throw your vomit at them, quite literally. You're probably wondering what all these little blue circles are. A recent beta build made it so the observatory actually does motion tracking in a sweeping pattern around it. A really nice little feature. Allows the Marines to know where everything is without actually caring. I'm actually out of ammo. So we are losing Gap. Not sure if I should be happy about that.
Gap.
Our original base, actually, we spawned in operations. We lost that. That is probably not a good thing. Wow, that was fail on my part. Another fine example of the Fade. Believe it or not, they're not exactly, well, I can't say they're not exactly overpowered. They are a little bit overpowered at this moment. The devs are working on that. They released build 199 yesterday, and they're already working on build 200. They are already done with, I believe it was, 4 updates for build 200, and it's been 1 day. The devs are working their asses off, just chomping through code. Mind you, it's not refined code. It's not really awesome code that's going to work perfectly on the first time. There are bugs introduced with every build, and they are fixing bugs with every build as well. They're also changing things for game balance, some of them not so good. Like, I'm not sure if I'm going to look forward to build 200. Luckily, build 200 is going to introduce a new main menu, so I'm interested to see that, because currently their current main menu isn't exactly the nicest thing. So yeah, as I said, this game goes on for hours, so that's the basic description of this. We're going to go into a little bit more detail for the Kar, just quickly. The Karns start as eggs, obviously, and then they hatch from eggs out near their hive, and from eggs they turn into skulks. From skulks they can evolve into gorges and lurks on one hive. A lurk is like a flying pterodactyl with needles. Not a very friendly thing. Once they get 2 hives, they get the teleporting Fade, which does cost quite a bit. And as has been kind of easily portrayed in this video, the Fade rapes shit easily. Mostly because as long as you can master blinking really, really quickly, you can get out of pretty much any danger unscathed. Currently, that's why you've got Fades that go 20 and 1. It really is quite a pain in the ass for Marines. But Marines have been getting buffed essentially every single build. Like, I don't think there's a single build in the 10 recent builds that hasn't buffed Marines in some way and nerfed aliens in another. Hi, Mr. Fade, how are you? So yeah, as I said, these games go on for hours and hours and hours, so I'm going to cut and paste a little bit and see how this goes. So I'll talk to you guys in a little bit when I resume this. Alright, so update. Small update. We lost that game. Took a long time, but the aliens gained the Onos, which I'm going to try and show you guys a shot of, hopefully.
Nice thing about this.
Where's a lovely, friendly Onos? That's just the neighborhood fade. I don't really care about him. That is, I can survive FPS lag, thanks to Fraps. Alright, the neighborhood Onos is right over there. Just give me a moment to heal. Let's do this. There's the Onos. Oh, there's two of them, actually. The friendly neighborhood Onos. Alright. So, the Marines, if they can hold their ground early and mid-game, then they can win a war of attrition in late game. Late game is where Marines will always win as long as they've held their ground. If they lose their ground and the aliens get 3 hives, well, they're going to win because they have Onos and Marines don't get exosuits. Yet. But anyway, I'll try to get on the alien team next game. Showcase the Karin to you. And that should be enough for tonight. Actually get the ready room now. The ready room. It's so nice and non-laggy. Makes me happy. Alright, so thanks for watching this video this far. I'm going to record a little bit more for the Karin, or the aliens. And then I will be done with this build. While we wait for the next game to occur, actually, I'm going to go off on a really off-topic thing here. As I said much earlier in the cast, basically, I've taken a highly unofficial break from casting. I will be returning, well, now basically. Starting tomorrow, I'll be resuming casting of TF2 games. I just wanted to say, this is what's been stealing my life. I wanted to tell you guys in the first place that the Duck Soup Gaming League will be beginning. Sign-ups have begun for the Duck Soup Gaming League, and I am slated to be the caster and commentator for most of the games. And I need to get off from that so they can't talk. Alright, there we go. So, in case you don't know, the Duck Soup Gaming community is where I started casting and commentating. One day on Off Blast Arena, I decided to start announcing the game, and it kind of led into this. But the Duck Soup Gaming community is a West Coast server, actually West Coast community. They have 3 servers. 2 of them are their public, they call them Red and Blue, and the third one is their League server, which they will be doing the Duck Soup Gaming League on. They are a fairly high-skilled community, actually. Most of their regular players are quite good. To be honest, I think that the pub players who play on Duck Soup are also, their skill level is much higher than most of the rest of TF2. Than the rest of TF2, to be honest. So, if you're looking for a good West Coast server in the United States, I totally recommend them. They are an awesome community. I've played well over 800 hours with them. Yeah, as I said, it's where I got my my casting started, basically, and I want to thank them in this cast, basically, for allowing me to do that. It really has led to something good for me. It has opened up new doors in my life that have not been there before, and I don't know if I will exploit them or not. It depends how that goes. So the next game has already begun. I'm a bit late here, but that doesn't matter. The Duck Soup Gaming League will be a series of 6v6 and Highlander games. Mostly 6v6. It will be an arrangement of teams playing a literal league style. Anyone at all, is allowed to sign up for this league as long as you have played at least 30 days on the server. I don't mean like... As long as someone knows that you have been showing up at least partially regularly on the server for 30 days, you can get into the league quite easily. On the other side of things, if you haven't played 30 days, you just have to be reviewed by the leaders of the league and the captains, and then you're free to play the league as long as you pass their review. So in my opinion, the league will be something completely awesome. I will be dual casting it with another guy named McScaryMuffin, whose first name I have not learned, otherwise I'd be referring to him by his first name. So yeah, I hope I will see some of you guys in the Duck Soup Gaming League and possibly around the Duck Soup community. I plan on getting my ass off of natural selection too, because it's been sucking up my life way too much. And just going back to that. So once again, I'm going to show you guys a little bit of the Karen. Alright, the Karen. The Skulk, I'm going to start off with him. He is the first person you play as. He hatches from the egg, which I have just done. He can run. He's pretty good damage. He can bite Marines and kill them in 3 bites. He runs on walls.
I think he just pinged,
And can walk quietly. Ooh, silence.
crushing.
But anyway, that is the basic Skulk. The Gorge right in front of me here, or Toll. He can build Sys. The aliens must build on Sys. These little things, infestation basically. Dynamic infestation, may I point out, which is rather awesome.
We ran that way.
I'm a little bit sad actually, because on this map, the whole game pretty much the whole game. I'm at a lack of words, but it flows around Crushing Machine at the moment. If the Marines can take Crushing Machine, they'll regularly win. It depends on how many resources they throw in there. We're getting attacked in Cavern at the moment. Anyway, you probably saw the lurk there. It was the pterodactyl that was on the ground next to the gorge.
I'm going to try healing that.
He has needles and gas. Little gas that's like nanoparticles and can literally choke the Marines to death in a couple seconds. It does like 10 damage per second. Past that, there's the Fade, which I showcased quite well. Mean fucker who just likes chopping you in half. Also looks like they redid part of the res system, because I'm gaining res at a ridiculous rate.
Let's try and get it, honestly.
Are we honestly on 4? We're on 5,
Get a
okay.
hive up, too.
That explains it. We are on 5 harvesters. Alien Vision! Gotta love Alien Vision. Skulk can be ridiculously confusing, as I think I just showcased pretty well. I'm not good at tracking Marines and trying to dodge them at the same time. I do play lots of Lurk and Gorge, though, so I'm quite good at that. I haven't played a single minute of Fade, actually. A bit disappointing there. And the Onos is just an Onos, basically. You just fuck shit up. That's the best description. So that's the little showcase I'm going to do for this. I'm going to turn this off a little bit and return it a little bit on a local server where I can cheat and become anything I want. So I can showcase each of the classes to you guys, because I can't really do that on here quite yet. So without further ado, I'll talk to you guys in, well, about a second. Alright, I'm back once again on a local server. I have switched the map, actually. This is NS Summit. It is a nice little research facility. On the right side of the map, we have Data Core, where we spawned in the green. On the left side, there is Flight Control. On the bottom, there is Sub-Axis. On the top, there is Atrium. And in the center, there is the most non-uniquely named thing of anywhere. That is Crossroads. So unique. Anyway, this is the Marine CC. I have no interest in killing it because I'm alone on the server. As I said, Skulks. Wall walking, wall walking, wall walking. I am now a Gorge because I can cheat like that. You get a little projectile that can slow down and not really harm Marines. You get Heal Spray, which is by far the biggest benefit of the Gorge, is just being able to Heal Spray that bitch to death. And you can build Hydras and Mini-Sys. Mini-Sys being these lovely little things, which are usually yellow, but it's not on infestation. Or it's not connected to another Sys. The Sys have to be in a chain, in case I didn't really mention that. You can place your little Hydra on it. Nothing too special about that. Welcome to the world of Hydras. Hydras are those little... they are basically just little static turrets that like shooting things. Personally, I am a big fan of them actually, but that's because I'm a really big Gorge player, so I love my Hydras. Gotta love spamming Hydras. They're not really good for the server though. I mean, too many Hydras does lag the server. So that's pretty much it for Gorge. Let's head on to the Lurk. Favorite class out of anything, it is a pterodactyl. Pretty much. I don't think I can get a third-person view of it. I might be able to get a third-person view on, but that'll take a bit of research, and I'm not sure I feel like doing that. I guess I could. So yeah, you can fly, you can glide, you can shoot needles at people. Needles. Everybody loves a daily dose of needles. Your secondary attack for the needles is like a shotgun. It can really do large damage at close range. Your second attack, instead of secondary, is gas, which, while you don't shoot it forward, you do leave this lovely trail. Everybody loves trails of gas. So let's go into the fade. Haven't played a single minute of it, and you're really quite fast. You get these lovely claws. Everybody loves claws. You have your primary number 1 attack, which is just regular saw everything in half. But then you also have attack number 2, which is basically your major, let's see if you can one-hit that bitch attack. As I said, you can fade. You can also blink. Oops, I just fell in someplace I didn't mean to fall. How long has this been here? I don't even remember this existing. So anyway, down in the bottom right, we have the energy counter for both the sawing and the blinking. This is double tap, as they call it. It allows you to dodge whatever you really want. I am not really good at it. That should be obvious. When you are blinking, you are invulnerable against most everything. When you are just double tapping, you are not invulnerable, which is one of those nice features. They did make blink cost more in the last build. So basically you can blink any direction. You can blink up, you can blink down, you can blink across, you can blink anywhere. I mean, you can't really double tap up, but you can blink up. I personally like this double tap system. It allows you to get places really fast, and you can still just blink across huge, huge environments. So yeah, lots of double tapping. Double tap all the things. Really, Fade is the second fastest class in the entire game. Lurk is probably faster than him by a small margin because he can maintain that forward momentum quite easily with Glide. So that's the Fade. Let's go on to the Onos. The big bad Onos, where the ground literally shakes at your footsteps. Watch out, Marines. I'm coming to eat your face off. But anyway, the Onos does have momentum. He will really get his ass moving, as is quite obvious here. I am moving through these corridors at a ridiculously fast pace. If you turn too fast, you will lose your momentum. It is quite realistic with that momentum. It is actually quite nice as well. Onos attack number 1 is all about making those Marines fear for their lives. Q is a stomp, basically, though I hardly use it all, because I don't play Onos that much. So yeah, attack number 1, spear those Marines, make them wish that you'd never found them. Attack number 2, you use your feet and stomp on things. Not good for killing Marines, but it is good for demolishing buildings, just like Le Biobomb. So I'm just gonna crush this CC in the game and go back. This is gonna be the end of my very temporary cast for tonight. I hope this has given you some reasons to purchase NS2. I hope this has given you some reasons to at least know why I've been wasting my time so much. Because I love this fucking game, to be honest. I've played way too much of it in the last 2 weeks. It doesn't even register on Steam. I think my Steam rating has gone down to about 3.2 now, since I haven't done anything but this. I mean, you do get to open it on Steam. It has a nice link on Steam. It does go through Steam, but Steam does not quite register it. A bit of a fail on Valve's part there, but I guess it's because it's a beta. The devs are cranking out features so fast, I'm not even sure what's going on anymore. They want to complete the game before they even get out of beta, which is really nice. They're not planning on doing any of the bullshit DLC that EA is doing with Mass Effect 3 and any other games. They are giving you the full product right off the bat. And the reason for that mostly is because Natural Selection 1 was a Half-Life mod. It wasn't Half-Life 2, it was just Half-Life. And it was, well, it was a mod. It was completely free. There was no DLC or anything about this. This game costs $25, I believe, right now. $25 for getting into the beta immediately. That is an awesome, awesome, awesome deal. It really is. I can't think of a better deal for a game like this. I've spent way too much time playing this. It is fun, fun, fun. I mean, if your computer has problems with it, I really don't want to, I don't want to say it. My English is failing me, woohoo! So anyway, I don't know what to really say about that other than ask the devs. The devs, they're open. They talk to their community. They listen to the community. They might be able to help you if your computer is having problems. I would check out the minimum specs for the game before you buy it, though. This game does have a quite high system requirement. For instance, I'm running at 30 FPS average right now when I'm running an Intel i7 and ATI Radeon HD. This game is CPU intensive to the max. It does ridiculous amounts of things. In my opinion, it is still awesome. I quite like NS2. I plan on still playing it quite a bit, but it is one hell of a hog. Most people average 10 FPS, so please, please, please look up the specs for the game before you purchase it. I don't want you going out there buying the game and realizing, oh wait, I can't play it. But other than that, I will be resuming my TF2 casting hopefully tomorrow. In the future, my life will be stolen by DSG and DSGL. I really do hope to see you guys on there. I mean, if you want to sign up, feel free. They currently have, I believe it was 63 entries for players and approximately 10 captains for teams. If you want a captain, there's no requirements other than the 30-day thing, and in which case you don't even have to have 30 days. You can bypass that by being reviewed by, I believe it will be a person named Hungry who will review you. So yeah, thank you for tuning into this very impromptu cast, this very unscheduled cast, and this very unrehearsed cast. I hope this has convinced you to buy an S2 or at least consider it. And I also hope that you are looking forward to me resuming those casts again. So thank you all for watching and have a nice night. Fail. Fail again. There we go. Woohoo! I win the game! Victory music and good night!